listening to the Bob Duco Show. We're going to wait through the news hour, news and politics. All right, so here's how Entertainment Weekly reports this. They say, quote, in what might be an unprecedented number of jokes, allusions, and sincere articulations inspired by a single person during an awards telecast, Hollywood's most luminous tackled Trump and his policies during the 89th Annual Academy Awards. From host Jimmy Kimmel's opening monologue to the acceptance speeches to those blue ribbons on tuxedo lapels, they were direct and indirect references to the 45th president throughout the ceremony. Jimmy Kimmel threw out a slew of President Trump jokes, saying things such as, quote, this is being watched live by millions of people in 225 countries that now hate us. Says, I want to thank you, President Trump. Remember last year when it seemed like the Oscars were racist? It's gone thanks to him. All right, so here we go. Donald Trump is a racist somehow. And he said, in Hollywood, we don't discriminate against people based on what countries they come from. Then he poked fun at Hollywood, saying we discriminate on them based on their age and weight. Okay, that was funny. But once again, Donald Trump discriminating against people based on what countries they come from. See how he's creating the perception of the hatred here? Now, as I go through this, here's what I want you folks to remember. All right? Donald Trump's immigration policy, his travel ban, it does not ban immigration to America. It doesn't. There are only 7 nations that are part of his travel ban, and that's only temporary for 120 days. That's it. And those 7 nations are the same 7 nations that Barack Obama named as the most dangerous ones regarding ISIS and ISIS infiltration. So that's it. All the rest of the countries around the world, there is no effect whatsoever on immigration. And as far as the refugees go, Donald Trump's refugee program says let's cap the number of refugees coming into this country at 50,000 a year. Let's cap it at 50,000 a year. You know what that means? That means Trump is allowing 50,000 refugees a year from other countries around the world to come into this country. And you might say, well, 50,000, is that high enough? I don't know. Ask Barack Obama, because for the first 7 years of his presidency, the average was about 50,000 a year. It was only his final year in office that Obama increased it to 110,000. But if you take that last year away, Obama himself only averaged about 50,000 a year, as did every president all the way back to 9/11, only averaged about 50,000 a year. George Bush and Barack Obama, both of them. So all Trump did was go back to what's normal. How is that anti-immigrant? And then the perception also that his policies are mass deportation forces going around rounding up people that are in this country illegally, that are just housemaids and lawn care workers and gardeners and people like that that aren't committing additional crimes, rounding them up and shipping them out of the country. Well, here's the problem. That's not what his policy is. He's not doing that at all. His actual policy is let's only prioritize those illegal immigrants that are here and committing additional crimes, committing felonies. Those people, we will prioritize and kick them out. And his policy clearly states, if they haven't committed any additional crimes, leave them alone. We're not worried about them right now. So how are these policies extreme, ugly, hateful policies? And then to think about, well, wall, we don't want to have a wall. Well, guess what, folks? There's already a wall on the Mexican border. It's just an incomplete wall. And that wall has been there for years and years and years, all through the years of Barack Obama. And at no point did Barack Obama tear down that wall. He didn't do that. So why is it that a partial wall during Obama's presidency is not an ugly thing, but finishing the wall during Trump's presidency is somehow an ugly thing, and not who we are as Americans? Barack Obama sent back millions of illegal immigrants coming into this country. They cross the border, they're caught, and they're turned around and they're sent back. Did you know that? By the millions he did that. So was that a violation of who we are as Americans? All Donald Trump is saying is, let's get better at it, because Barack Obama sent a bunch of people back by the millions, but he let too many slip through the cracks. We're going to complete the wall process, put more Border Patrol down there so that we don't let as many slip through the cracks. Is that what's so evil of a policy?